Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer. Today I'm on a walk. I'm doing another church-to-church walk, and why not? And surprisingly, I'm starting by a church. This is Lyminster Church, which is just north, about 4 miles, 3-4 miles from Littlehampton in West Sussex. And beautiful old church. I don't know anything about it. As typical, I haven't been and done my research. I suddenly thought I need to do a walk before the rain starts this morning. It's a rather lovely church. Now the idea is to go to another church, and the church I'm going to go to is further east, about 1.5 miles at Poling, which is just south of the A27. I've not been to Poling before. I have been to Poling before, but only briefly to buy some colour gas, but not into the village, and certainly not to the church. So that's the plan. But before we go, let's have a quick look at this church, shall we? At Lyminster. Not Lyminster, that's somewhere else. Very interesting church. Look, here we've got these wonderful shields, metal shields on the gates. Now I gather the church is going to be open this morning at 10 o'clock. I've got here a little bit earlier because I didn't want to encroach on anybody's prayer and stuff. We've got the rather beautiful tower here in the west, which actually still has evidence of the scaffold, the scaffold holes, which must have been put up against the side when they were building it, which is rather impressive. And at the rear of the church we've got a farm. I'm going to have to come back another time, I think, to explore the church in more detail, and maybe when they're fully open and we can go inside, which would be nice. But let's crack on with our walk. Right, now there's a footpath sign there, but that is going further west. We actually want to go east, so I'm going to leave my car, which is just here, and head up back onto the road, along the road a little bit, and then across some fields. I believe, if I've got it right, the back that way, just slightly to the north, is a pond, or a series of ponds. I think people go fishing there now, but it's a legendary pond, the Knuckler Hole, I think it's called. And there's the legend of a guy who fought, I think, the monster. I can't remember if it's a monster or a dragon in the Knuckler Hole. I used to know it, but like so many things, you bung information in your head and it soon disappears. Right, going past Lyminster House, which is a great big Georgian house behind this rather magnificent wall, and we're going to get up to the main road and go along a little bit, and then we should duck into some fields and follow the footpath. On this little stretch between the church and the footpath, there's some very nice old flint cottages and properties, and some rather substantial Georgian properties here, but you can't really stop to see them because the road, although now when I start filming, of course, it's slowed down a bit, but it's actually quite busy. Never normally would get a chance to see this big old oak tree in the bank here, massive great bole, probably been here 200-300 years. Great big thing, but our footpath is just ahead of us. When you look on the map, it's a pretty straight line, so part of you may think, oh, it's fairly uneventful, not much to look at, but you never know. I think that's one of the things that I've found about the countryside, is even though you can look at the map, you can look at the satellite view of places that you go, there's just so many things that spring up and just surprise you really in the countryside, which is why I love the walks. Absolutely love them, and why each one is unique, even if you do the same walk at different seasons. It's all different. So for example, There's a piece of farming equipment that's coming up right now. It says Briggs on it, so I guess it's on hire, and it's obviously, we've had all this hot weather, it's a water squirting thing. You know, these things that make the big arc and it goes. It's one of those, and all you've got to do is attach it to a hose with fairly high pressure water, I imagine, and away you go. And here is the field, quite a large field. It looks like, I mean, I have no idea, but I'm slowly getting an idea of what looks like 15, possibly more acres, which is huge, absolutely huge field. I've just noticed horror upon horror out here in the countryside on a fairly grey but reasonably bright day. Just on my right hand here to the south, a new housing estate's just gone up, or is going up, or it's been up for a while. You can just look at it. It's probably, I don't know how many houses there are in there, but there's a rather significant amount. I'm not sure I personally would want to live in that. It just all looks the same. It's all a bit like some form of prison complex. Potatoes. That massive field that I said was, I don't know, 20, 30 acres, a huge acreage. Potatoes. There's some still potatoes that clearly were either not picked up and were left in there, and I guess, I don't know whether this area does more market garden stuff or horticulture. Are potatoes arable or horticulture? There's a question for you. This looks like a great place to come blackberry picking. Let's try one. Oh, nice. They're not all out yet, but they're quite small here. And so here we are. This is Poling Church, and it said on the sign, interestingly, that it was pre-conquest, so I'm guessing it's a Saxon church. This is amazing. I've been allowed to come into the church. Just seen a very lovely couple whose duty it was to open the church on a Sunday morning. So people may turn up any minute, I don't know. But they told me today is a celebration 80 years ago during the Battle of Britain, during the Second World War, 1940. It's the Battle of Poling, the village of Poling. There were these radar towers right across the south and the southeast to protect and advise the RAF when the Germans were coming. There was such a tower here. Well, apparently this was a huge battle on this day when something like 400 dive bombers, so I was told, had tried to take out the Poling radar station here, and the Hurricanes and the Spitfires saw them off, which is brilliant. Apparently, just up there is the flag of the station, the RAF flag and British Union flag, I believe, of the radar station. Just come back outside so we can get a couple more views of the incredible church. It's beautiful. Saxon, the middle part, the nave, which is fantastic. I just wanted to come down to here, down to the bottom, because apparently somewhere, and I'm not sure exactly, but somewhere just down here is where the RAF was it chain low, chain high? I could try to remember these things. The radar tower in which the dive bombers tried to attack. Absolutely incredible. Well, anyway, there's the church. I'm going to have to come back to Poling. So much to see, so much to explore. Fantastic. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe, and I'll be out and about on another video. So thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.